Heyo, my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny5 Alive here. Welcome back to another episode of Coaster Spotlight Contest Edition. And today we're looking at two wooden coasters with no limits. So stay tuned and let's check them out. All right, welcome back everyone. Hope you're having a great day. We're gonna jump into things. Today's submission is Frost versus Subzero, created by Deathfearsnone, one of our Discord builders. And here they say the theme is loosely based off of Mortal Kombat. And then ride preferences, they say should do day and night. Okay, so not a whole lot to say there. Let's talk about it. So Frost versus Subzero. I mean, Subzero is a Mortal Kombat character, but Frost is not. Is it? It's a little strange to say Frost versus Subzero because you don't get Frost until it's below zero. So isn't it the same thing? Isn't it the same thing? But nonetheless, this looks good. And you've done the wooden coaster with no limits. So we have the coaster inverting. I mean, that is a wooden coaster. Yeah, it is. Interesting. I mean, so it has some cool elements to it, doesn't it? But I still don't really quite get the theme. Nonetheless, let's check it out. Queues don't look like they have a whole lot going on. That's okay. We were just gonna start with this one. They said do day and night. This one's taking off. Let's look at the stats on the wooden gnarler. Green across the board. And I would actually expected the G's to be a lot higher because it's an inverting wooden coaster, but it's actually maintained quite nicely. So good job there. And the said do day and night, but no ride preferences. People have been requesting I do like back of the train. What we could do here is look forward at the back. That might be cool. What else is there? Yeah, I think look forward would work. Let's try this. All right, a little bit extreme at times, even though the stats all check out. I still feel like it could have used a little bit more smoothing and easing into some of the transitions. It felt a little bit rough at times, but still a really strong effort with some... Whoa! Oh, almost gave me a heart attack. With some... with some really good dueling elements. I'd say the wooden coaster would have seemed to be the hardest coaster to get dueling competitively, but you seem to have pulled it off there. So we're gonna go on Frost next. They requested we go on this at night, so we're gonna check this one out at night. What kind of ride seat should we do for this? Let's just go straight into like a cinematic and see how that goes. We had people requesting that. You know what? I think it's a little bit unfair to do cinematic because we don't get to see how smooth the coaster actually is. The cinematic should always come as a bonus. So I'm getting down a system here. We're figuring this out as we go through the contest. I mean, that's generally what I've done so far, is given the coasters a proper ride and then done cinematic afterwards. So we're going to do seat view in this, front of the train. Let's go. Awesome. Okay, are there multiple trains running on this coaster? Yeah, there are. I'm curious about something because it seemed as if the coasters turned around and came at each other. They did. Okay. No, but there was another section that I thought they were coming at us. I just had a thought come to mind that it's not against the rules to have multiple trains running simultaneously so that the second pair of trains actually comes at you and creates dueling elements as well. That is something that I don't know if anyone's considered so far throughout the contest. But yeah, these ones are definitely going up the lift so that they wouldn't be competing. But if you had 3 or 4 trains running simultaneously, you could have multiple interactions with multiple different trains, not necessarily the first 2. And I think that would actually be an unexpected element. Curious to know if anyone's done that throughout the contest. We're gonna have to wait and see. But that is something to that I didn't really consider. Nonetheless, I think this is really cool. It had some, like I said, wooden coaster would definitely be the hardest to have dueling elements. You had them come at each other. You had them inverting. You had them doing all sorts of fun things. Competitive coaster, I feel like it was pretty solid. Could have used with a little bit more easing between the transitions and a little bit more smoothing, but it's overall pretty solid. Now, the coasters are feeling a little bit mirror matched in some cases. They are unique, doing certain things on their own that are slightly different, but it does come across as mirrored in a lot of the cases. But they are slightly different. They did feel very similar, however, in my opinion. And in terms of theming, it's just frost versus ice, so they're pretty much the same thing. I think your nighttime lighting was outstanding though. Looks beautiful, very frosty. But there's nothing really separating the difference between these two coasters, is there? They're both blue, or I guess ice. Yeah, one's like a light baby blue and one's a darker blue. They're both ice themed. They're both cold coasters, and they're both generally having a very similar layout. So for me, while it does feel like a fun spotlight and there's good content and there's good creation here, there's not a, you know, it is a nature run, but you did things to make them seem a little bit more interesting. I think you pushed it away from doing something fun with the Alpine, but I would like to see a little bit more up front, like an Alpine village. You know, you did a little bit with your terrain, but it is leaving a little bit to be desired in terms of theming. So that's my thoughts and opinions on it. I would like to see something separating it, making them a little bit more iconic each, but I still think it was a fun experience. What did you guys think? Leave your comments down below for Deathfearsnone, and that's going to do it for me in today's contest video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next submission. Bye now.